Okay, so for the people who have a 30-second mindset and attention span, let me break it down for you. No, Donald Trump never said out of his mouth, anywhere recorded, that he's getting rid of Black History Month. Yes, we're getting rid of critical race theory, and DEI has finally died. Can we get some church bells now? Hey everybody, welcome back to Sarkey Farmstead. So before I get inside and warm up, because it is still in the 20s here in Southeast Louisiana, I'm reading your comments and I see the concern. I'm hearing people say things like this: oh my gosh, Donald J. Trump is going to cancel Black History Month. Folks, where are you hearing that? Off of social media. From twisted narratives of mainstream media. I have not found a clip yet of a primary source of information. And primary source means out of the horse's mouth, of Donald Trump saying, I'm going to cancel Black History Month. What you hear is something called fear mongering. People wanting you to regret putting in the president who is actually cutting spending to foreign aid packages that were just pork deals. And politicians, think about it. Every politician you know right now is a millionaire working on a public servant's salary. How is that? Well, it's foreign policy aids. It is sending money to foreign countries and then getting kickbacks for doing it. It's putting money into the hands of foundations where they are on the payroll. So you have to decide right now, folks, are you for him or are you against him? Because buyer's remorse, shame on you. I'm not a huge fan of Vivek Ramaswamy. Why? Because I really think he inserted his foot in his mouth and he really was crappy about American workers because we're some of the best in the world. And I think Elon just wants cheaper paid employees, not necessarily more skilled employees for all of his multi-billion-dollar businesses. However, that doesn't make me dislike Donald Trump or anything that he's doing. Because let me explain something to you. Getting rid of DEI means that you're not hiring someone because they have a certain sexual preference. It means you're hiring someone because they have skills, merit, education, and ability. Now, if you can't get a job with those four things, you don't need your job. And why is the federal government crying like a baby? Because they now have to actually go into work. The rest of America has been back to work for almost 3 years. Yet, over 50% of federal employees were still sitting at home drinking their tea in their pajamas. So you make your mind up right now. Either you can question everything, because I do. If you watch me, I'm always bringing things to you guys. What is this? What's going on this? Who is this person? But I have never, and you will never hear me say, I regret voting for Donald Trump. He is the best person for this job. And you're going to hear people freaking out because guess what? The money stops. All the illegal aliens have to go home. They don't belong here. So all these politicians who were getting kickbacks from nonprofits and NGOs and building contracts because, you know, it's their companies. Your mayor owns the company building all the apartments for the illegals. All that money stops. So yeah, they're throwing a fit. Because it always leads back to money. So I'm going to need you guys to put your emotions aside, open your eyes, and hear what people are saying. When have you actually heard Donald Trump say, I am canceling Black History Month? When have you heard him say it? Never. So you guys wanted my opinion. There it is. You're going to get a lot of pushback from people who are angry that their money train, their gravy train has ended. You're either on the team or get on the bench, folks. But you cannot slow us down. We intend to take our country back. You're either coming along with us or you're going to go back to the other side. But either way, adios, arrivederci. Loved you, like to know ya. Like, comment, subscribe, but watch this last clip because this lady knows.
Like Black history out of schools and shit.
So let's really have this conversation, because what he was talking about is critical race theory, and critical race theory is just that. It's a theory, and it's written by 3 men. It's not even anything that's factual. But to expound on that a little further, let's just really have a real conversation. Like, I remember growing up in school, like every Black History Month, of course, we learned about Martin Luther King, we learned about Malcolm X, we learned about the suffrage of Black people, right? And what does that do to our mindset? Because if you telling the kid every day, you ain't shit, y'all was slaves, y'all came from this, yada, yada, like, they're gonna believe that. So in a lot of ways, you know, we have created an entire generation of people that have a mindset that they are already less than. And that's just something that I refuse to accept or believe. And I just think that we should empower our children. Yeah, it's okay to tell the story, but do we pound it in their head every Black History? It's so many great things that we've done. Like, it's like, why are we still telling that horror story over and over and over and over again? It's trauma.
So if you want to argue with that lady who obviously knew her stuff, feel free. But Black History Month will still be there. However, we're not going to make Black children feel bad because they're Black and white children guilty because they're white. Get over yourself. That crap happened 170 something years ago, folks. Not in any of your lifetime, not in any of your parents' or your grandparents' lifetimes. And if we're going to move forward, let's do it lockstep, based on the fact that if you have a job, it's because you're qualified for the job and not because of your sexual preference.